Yeah, the first thing, so I read Rich Dad Poor Dad and got going, and we talked a little bit about why syndications in particular. And for my mom, in her situation, she's able to invest as an accredited investor. So in my situation, I'm not. So I needed to look at some other avenues to generate some additional streams of income was my goal. So my wife and I took a swing on a deal that, we we're new to it. We thought we'd built out, some team members and, some people that we could count on, I guess, ultimately. And, at the end of the day, we didn't do enough due diligence and we made some mistakes, for example. And some of these were preventable and some of them were simply just once in a lifetime events, perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, we went over on budget. We had issues with contractors executing work on schedule. And, I was traveling at the time for my W-2 job and trying to get the work inspected. And there were things that would be missed while I was gone. And so, one of the bigger things that comes into play, perhaps for syndicators as well as just in general real estate, were surveys that I didn't get done on about a little over an acre of land. And when it came time for me to sell the property, the title company, the new one, found some mistakes. So ultimately, I had to sell less than what I had bought. And I don't know a whole lot about title companies and insurance and things like that, but the particular one I used wasn't very, at least to purchase, was not very interested in making that situation right. So I got left holding the bag on that. So, we, I feel like we could talk quite a bit. I had termites on that thing by the time we tried to sell it, just all kinds of crazy stuff. So, when you get into the space, whether you're new or whatever, now what we do with a business partner, we've got some buying criteria that we'll go in with, get some basic inspections done, have a clean survey that's up to date, so ultimately mistakes will be made like we talked about. It's whether or not you learn from those and prevent those from happening again, ultimately that kind of defines whether or not you're going to be successful in this space or others. Syndications, that is, apartments, self-storage, any of that.